Psalm 23.
Welcome to the Carr and Seguin Show, hosted by Devon Carr and Paul Seguin, where two Michiganders dive into real estate, outdoors, community building, and everything in between. Another day, another dollar.
Yes, sir. What's going on,
To
man?
make you holla.
What?
Well, at least that made someone laugh. Welcome to episode 70. We really depend on our engineer for this information. 79!
There you go. All right.
Halfway to 158.
You're on a roll, sir.
158.
Oh,
We are 21 episodes away from our
Crazy.
century episode.
and that'll be here before you.
I know, that will be here before
it's
we
like
know it. And we're behind two
Saturday's
shows that we need to
October
make up.
1st.
Dude,
I mean,
opening day.
I know.
You ready? You been shooting?
No.
Devin.
I shot yesterday.
yeah?
I did shoot yesterday.
How's your grouping?
You know, it was okay. I did Robin Hood one. And it's funny. I was talking to my brother. I sent him a picture of it. And I go, oh. He goes, that looks expensive. I said, yes, it was.
Yes, it
I
was.
said, I used to think doing that would be so cool. And I've done a couple of them now. And when I heard it, I just sank. It was like, well, there's a bunch of money gone.
Yeah, there's 60
That
bucks.
sucked. 2 arrows gone, and now I'm down to
Yeah, more
2
than
practice arrows and then my 3 hunting ones. It's like, I just got to make it through the season now. So maybe I just shoot one at a time.
that. Yeah, I mean, you want to be that good,
Right.
but then it's like, no,
No.
I don't.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, now I'm
expensive.
out. Now I'm out 2 arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But-
that's, I mean,
No,
that's
that was
good to
good.
know, though.
Yeah, no. I mean, Mac and I did it, and he was just hanging out, but he enjoyed it because then he got to pull the arrows out.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest. He had a blast.
Little
doing it.
retrieval.
Yep. Yep. He'd shoot and he'd go get. I said, yeah, we can go get him.
Go get him.
And then when I try to help him, Daddy, no, I pull.
Ah!
And then he's pulling, and then half the time when they come out, he falls back and lands on his butt, and then he gets up and he does it again, and then he goes, more. I said, okay, we'll do more. And then we were shooting, yeah, we shot for maybe like 10 minutes, and then 4 doe just walked by, just stand there looking at us. I was like, well, they obviously don't know yet.
Nope. They clearly don't know the schedule
Right.
of the timing of the season yet. They will when they start seeing some bucks running
Yeah.
and some arrows flying.
But no, I mean, that's shot a little bit here and there, but not much. Not as much as I should or wanted to.
But are you an early season hunter, or do you kind of more
I
wait
like the
to
early
little?
season.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just, any of the time, really, just because it's limited. But I am going to try. I mean, I used to, morning hunts, night hunts, anything I could get in and do, I do. But I would try not to hunt in the morning like they say not to.
I've heard.
Early season.
I've been hearing that a little more.
I'm going to try not to.
Keep it to the afternoon hunts.
Keep it to the afternoon. And then once you get the rut, then they say you can
Start doing it in both.
start doing both. But
or all day.
I'm really going to try. I like the morning
Sits.
because, one, it's cooler.
It's true.
Early season, I don't like sitting up there swatting mosquitoes at 75 degrees.
Even though right now our forecast looks
it
decent.
does. Yeah.
Like, it's not, I don't even think they're even calling for any day in the 70s in the 15-day forecast.
Not next week. I think this weekend's supposed to go to 70.
Is it?
Low 70. I'm guessing by, like, the peak of the day, it'll be 70. And then after that, it'll be really in the 60s.
But now it's like a fall 70, though. You know?
Yeah.
Like, the sun is already tilted a little
Right,
on its
yeah.
axis. Like, you could tell, like, when I was driving Savannah to school today, I'm like, ooh, it's not dead down the road anymore.
Right, yeah.
It's over to the right a little. Like, oh,
a little safer.
yeah. So that knows, that the 70 is not a true summer 70. It's a little chillier
Right.
70. I mean,
But it looks
Friday's
good. 60s.
Opening day is 69 the high.
Yeah.
Barely creeping 70. But then, yeah, mid 60s.
All next week during the work week looks nice.
You might just have to call in sick a day.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Mortgages can process themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, I'm looking forward to it. But I really am going to try to not hunt the morning. It's just so hard.
I've been hearing that a lot in a lot of the podcasts lately. They, especially Wired to Hunt is doing all their the interviews,
Mm-hmm.
kind of because obviously southern states seasons are open before we do.
Right.
But a couple of guys have been picking that up. They're like, no, I don't hunt mornings in the early season, just strictly afternoons. When they seem to be a little more active and not really bumping them a ton from their bedding either instead of in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I agree with you. Like the morning hunt is, I think, more enjoyable, especially when I did this early antlerless hunt. Like the morning was great, and then when you get out there at like 3 p.m. and you're just freaking sweating,
Right? Yeah.
crawling into the blind, and then you open all the windows up, and that's just a sauna,
Right?
You've just been baking all afternoon,
Yeah.
and it's just like, holy crap.
Where's my cool morning?
Yeah. The morning is just, it's nice and it's just like calmer.
Mm-hmm.
There's a calmness to it.
Yep.
You're just starting the day off because you got up at the freaking butt crack of the dawn and,
And they're going back to bed.
yeah, and I don't know. There's just something about the morning sit where you're just like, you got the thermos full of coffee,
Mm-hmm.
the calmness of the morning.
You get them when the first hour, and then around 9:30, I can go in.
Yeah,
it's done now.
Yeah, we're good.
It's not you sitting in your blind when you're surrounded by deer at 8 o'clock. And can somebody come pick me up so they don't see me get down?
Right. Yeah, that's always the trick too, is trying to get out of there without being spotted,
Right.
or kicking anything up.
But no.
But even also on the morning, you get out there on time, you can take another nap.
Right. Yep, that
Can't
is
do
nice.
that. You can't really do it in the afternoon hunt. You get out there in the heat of the day, and then it's, well, kind of got to keep my eyes peeled here because you don't know what's going to come. You at least have a good half hour
of nap.
of just, all right, I'm in, got in, didn't bump anything, taking a nap.
Right. Probably half the time I'm snoring.
Yeah.
I'm sure I am.
Scared them off that way, right?
Yeah.
Did everything perfect about getting there, and then once I get in,
oh yeah, I'm sure.
Crap. Oh shoot! I just scared him off.
Snoring. I'm sure I am. It might not be much of a snore, but I'm sure there's some whistling or something going on.
Some heavy breathing.
Yeah,
right?
some heavy breathing from the walking. No, but I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, just the weather now is nice.
It is. It's just nice. Being in long sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, there's nothing better. I just love quarter zips.
Oh, or quarter butts.
Yeah, quarter buttons. See, I got the camo on right now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right.
Let's just head to the blind right now. Get a little scouting in before
Right.
opening season. No, I can't do that. Got to keep it calm.
Mm-hmm.
Let them be stupid. There hasn't been anybody around here.
Right.
And then come the first.
All by myself.
Whack.
All I have to worry about is eating.
That's right. That is right. I know you got some good prospect bucks on the on
we
the
got
property.
We got a few nice
You got
ones.
some names?
We got one that we named behind our house. We named him Moose.
Moose.
And he was there this morning, actually.
Really?
But that's
that's always good when you name a buck Moose.
Okay. It's not short, but definitely not long. But he's really wide.
Really?
Really wide. And he's only a 7-point, but I would say he's probably 3.5, I would say.
Yeah?
He's got a decent sized body, so we'll see if he makes it.
But just a wide rack.
He's really wide.
Like freaking just going.
Yeah. And he was
Like we did that one episode.
Yeah, not as big as those antlers. Not even close to that, but no, he was sparring with an 8-point this morning.
Getting a little tussle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's starting to say, hey, don't you start thinking about coming my area here.
Yeah. But he comes around most mornings, I would say, since last week. Last weekend was the first weekend we saw him, I think. And then he's been there almost every morning.
What's he browsing? You got like acorns in the back or something?
Yeah, we do have acorns. We have some hickory nuts. We got hayfield in the back.
You've been seeing a lot dropping?
Not a ton.
No?
But I don't know. Someone said a couple weekends ago, I was talking to him about it, and he said it's not supposed to be a very good acorn crop this year, but at that time it was still a little early.
It's kind of funny because up the property for Matt and Doug, like there's acorns everywhere. And like Doug even said, he's like, we haven't had acorns in 10 years. And then this year it's just like
really
everywhere. Yeah, he's like this in the 15 years that they've bought this property, this is the first time they've had acorns on the ground.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. And they got plenty of oak trees that just never dropped. They just weren't producing.
Mm-hmm.
But this year they're everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah, we're starting to see more, but yeah, I guess it gets a little cooler. They drop first up there normally.
Right.
Hopefully they start coming down. Because I think they depend a lot on that in the spring and everything, all the leftovers.
Right.
When everything else is, greening up.
Yeah. Acorns is their favorite.
Right.
Just find acorns,
well, it smells
they're coming.
Smells so good.
Heck yeah.
When we used to be able to bait and you could get the acorn stuff, it was like, ooh, that's a
good
good smelling acorn
smell.
right there.
That's stupid.
That's like what do they do on the hunting shows for Texas? They have the orange corn.
Yeah.
They have corn and then they dump that orange powder
right over it.
Yeah. The orange corn. The deer love it, apparently.
Heck yeah. It's so dumb how they stopped the freaking baiting ban. Like it makes any freaking difference.
Apparently.
Whether they go eat there or my
like
pop.
the same branch.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's stupid.
Who knows? I don't know. All I know is the gas stations seem to still have the same amount of bait, and it disappears the same amount.
Yeah, I think that's so ironic where it's like you still drive around and you're like, well, they have a whole bunch of bag of corn or
the jumbo carrots
or radishes. It's like, so what's all that for?
Well, it's obvious.
Well, yeah.
I mean, people are having pot roast.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Let's just skip the grocery store. We'll buy it from the gas station, right? That's where I would go buy my carrots.
The carrot peels the same.
Yeah, yeah.
You just get more bang for your buck.
I heard they're more orange at the grocery store.
Yeah.
No, I mean the gas station. They're more fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, they're always outside to get that fresh air.
The dogs like it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the scraps.
Yeah.
The dogs. And the cat barn cats, whatever the frick they're called. No, yeah, this is the great time of the year. It's from Cider Mills.
I know, you're open for you.
Dude. Yeah. Cider Mills and hunting and just football weather.
Yep.
You know?
Our awesome Lions.
Yeah. Yeah. Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah.
I put money down. Cashed out some 401k just to put money on the Lions.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Oh man, I was hoping to watch this past week, but I've only watched like 1 minute of Lions. I just can't do it.
Hey,
I just can't. I'd rather watch college football.
I would say there's been a lot of bad NFL games, and I'd rather watch bad college.
Than bad
we were talking
NFL.
about it the other morning than bad NFL games.
Yeah. Because I don't know what it is. it's just, I don't know. NFL just doesn't
do it for you.
Yeah, it just doesn't, doesn't tickle the nipples.
What?
I don't know. It just doesn't. There's just nothing. That's the best way of putting it.
That wow. That definitely was the first thought that came up to my mind.
Sounds like the title of this episode.
Yeah.
Tickle my nipples.
Tickle my nipples.
Just tickle my nipples.
What tickles your nipples?
Not the lion.
Not the lion.
Not the lions. I don't know. Like, I just can't buy into all the hype. It's like, yeah, I think it's just a different kind of feeling about college and NFL. College, there's just like this, I don't know, because it's so unpredictable in college, like there's a lot more upsets.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think like in NFL, it's almost just like, dude, they're the better team. If they don't win, like, what happened?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's just more so like that, because in college, it's so sure there are the better teams, but upsets always happen. So
Right.
it makes the games interesting. Like what the frick is going on with Spartans right now? I mean, like, dude,
Oh yeah, that's
what the heck?
Yeah.
And it's but that's college, where it's like you thought coming off of last year should have a decent season,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like completely different. Where like NFL is so predictable. Lions, they suck. They always will suck.
Hopefully
So-
not. They're close. Hopefully they can just.
You know
get
how
it
many
done.
times I've heard my dad and my brother say like, "Oh, I think this is the year."
Well, I don't think it's. I
And
don't think
it's
it's a year for
every-
playoffs or anything.
every
but,
single year.
but they're.
It's the same story. They trail the whole freaking game and they make this late fourth quarter charge, and then we're all upset. 'Cause
Well,
they
last
didn't
Sunday they
come
were
through.
leading the whole game until the last little bit. So they're just flip flopping it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just freaking Lions.
Yeah, the first 3 games they played so far this year have all been exciting games,
Yeah,
right? So I would agree with Devin. I wouldn't say they're
they haven't had a blowout.
it does
yet.
look like a legitimate build
Right.
process going on.
Maybe it's just because I miss the consistent golf on Sunday, even though it was President's Cup, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
We won.
Which we were supposed to, right?
Yeah.
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 It was supposed to be a commanding win.
And they kind of kept it a little close
Yeah.
for the most part. Yeah. Which is always good.
I just
For
don't know how
entertainment.
it's. I mean, when was the last time international team hasn't won in a while?
For President Cup, they haven't won in a while.
Right.
Yeah.
I was looking at the stats. I think last Thursday or whatever when it went
Yeah.
on, and I was like, wow.
They
I
have
mean, they
not-
got a lot of good golfers. I mean,
Well,
why is it always like that?
well, especially in comparison to the Ryder Cup, right? Like
Mhm.
they've won a lot more Ryder Cups than they have the President's Cup. I don't know if it's just like they just have a bad aura about the President's Cup.
Right.
I don't know if it's because whenever Bill Clinton and George Bush show up and they just can't win, because they were both there, as they always do. Show up for the inaugural ceremony.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, yeah, Cider Mills. We were hoping to make a whole bunch of stops all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Blake's just bought the old Wired's Orchard
Yep.
in South Lyon.
I heard about
We went
that.
there, which is such a good move by them, because I know it was proposed for a while, and I guess like the financing or something kind of fell through, because they were supposed to build a whole bunch of homes right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Blake's came in and scooped it up and made the commitment saying, no, we're keeping it as an apple orchard and apple picking, raspberry picking for foreseeable future. So it was busy. It started to rain too. It was nice. We were going to go pick apples, and then it started raining. We're like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
We'll just get some cider and donuts.
Which is fine.
Oh, yeah. They were good.
Yeah.
I still would put Three Cedars donuts above them,
Okay.
just because I like the little more crunch
Mm-hmm.
that Three Cedars has. They were good donuts.
Did you just get regular?
No, you always got to
Cin-
get the cinnamon.
cinnamon.
Yeah. You gotta get that boring plain crap.
Well, yeah.
I need some
I
sugar.
just wanted to make
want
sure.
some
I
sugar,
wanted to
man.
make sure you're
Sugar.
getting the right ones.
And then I got their cinnamon apple sauce was pretty good too. I love cinnamon applesauce.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's how I get my apple, count for the day.
Applesauce. Cinnamon applesauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they added cinnamon benefits. Cinnamon's healthy for you.
That is true.
It is. So yeah, I'm just trying to mentally say that it's good.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Forget about all the preservatives that are in it.
It's
Even though I don't
cinnamon.
think there
It's
is
not
any.
sugar.
No, it's cinnamon. And it's natural sugar from the apples. There's no added sugar.
Yep, there you go.
Which is always a big thing. So, yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's good. What other orchards are you going to go to?
We always like Uncle John's, north
Yep.
of Lansing there.
127.
Yeah. So that one's always a good one we like to go to.
Have you been to the one? It's right past Uncle John's. It's on the left-hand side. It's just like a barn, and they got the trailer
Yeah. I know.
out front.
No, we've never been there, but every time we go there or like we're going up north, they're like, oh, we should stop at that place. We just never have.
Okay.
Because we always get drawn into,
Uncle
like,
John's?
yeah, Savannah like it loves it.
Well, hey.
So we get pulled in, and I don't want to, get the teenager all crying.
I know some Friday nights when you're driving up north and you go by Uncle John's, that car line going up that hill for those people trying to get out. It's like, oh man.
Dude, we've been there when it was like we had to park all the way at the very back of their parking lot. And I remember it because we just had to go all the way to the back, and it's like, should we just stop? Or like answer phone, like, maybe we should just go. This is gonna be a little too crowded,
Right.
But yeah, I mean, shoot, that's the same thing even for like Three Cedars, man. Sometimes trying to drive
Getting
down
out.
6 Mile there, it's like there's just a line of cars. I don't know. They were doing some survey there. I wonder if they're even thinking about trying to widen it.
Is it Curtis and 6 Mile?
Yeah.
Because when 23 gets backed up and I got to pick Mac up in Whitmore Lake there, I take that way. And sometimes turning that left off
It's horrible.
Curtis is just awful.
You just got to go down 5 Mile. Brave
Just
the
go
dirt.
down
Just
there.
go down the dirt road. Skip it. I mean, that's literally if it's around 5. Like rush hour, 4 to 6. I don't even go.
Yeah.
I just cut down 5 and go all the way to Pontiac, and then scoot up that way.
Yeah.
It's whether it saves time. I mean, sometimes it's been a little long just creeping.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you go all the way past Willow Greenhouse right there. You know, and actually, that reminds me. You spend so much money there. He better come on the podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
Should have him on the show. But, yeah, I mean, sometimes that line goes all the way past Willow, and you're just creeping. You're kind of coming up that little hill there.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you just got to go down 5 Mile.
I never
Just
went
skip
that
it.
way, and then there was a huge accident. I had to pick Mac up. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to sit in traffic and pick him up by 6. And I went that way. And I was like, oh, this isn't bad. And then I hit that,
Boom.
and I was like, what is going on here?
It doesn't help that, like, to the left, your view is kind of short, but then everyone comes off an angle.
Yeah.
Right? So then there's that constant flow from angle that comes this way, and then half people put their blinker on, half don't.
Yep.
So they don't know if they're turning down Curtis or not. And then people come flying up off of 6 Mile, because it's 55 there. And so you kind of get hung up a little bit. You're like, oh, well, jerk, if you would have put your blinker on, I would have went. And
That's a pet peeve.
Oh, dude.
I don't understand. It's a flick. Move your finger.
Just,
It's not that hard.
yeah.
Just a courtesy
Just to let
thing.
me know you're
Right.
singling.
Right.
Like I said, it's not that difficult, y'all. It's part of learning to drive.
Right.
Using your blinker. I wish, you know what, cops should write more tickets for not using your blinker. Is there a ticket for that?
Yeah.
Not giving signal of turning or something?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to my cousin. Like, you need to make an initiative
Yeah.
to have your guys on the duty to start writing more
Blinker ticket.
blinker tickets.
Between that and the left-hand lane.
Just do less DUIs, more blinker tickets.
Yeah. Let's get our priorities
Paul,
straight.
Do you realize, that a DUI brings us $10,000 in revenue, and a blinker ticket does $45,000? Yeah, let me get that one passed by the Sarge. City of Westland has written the most blinker tickets
It's history.
in the history of America, and the citizens are in uproar.
Yeah. Entrapment for blinkers.
Yeah. Enforcement zone.
Yeah.
Not seatbelts, blinkers. Oh, man.
You never know. It could work.
I'm going to send him that. I'm going to see what he says.
Doesn't hurt to try.
Maybe
right?
we should phone him in right now and
Yeah.
see what he says live on the show.
Blinker tickets. It's a growing epidemic.
Let's see if we can get him on the phone. Oh, my wife is calling me.
See?
Decline that.
It's a sign.
Does the microphone pick this up?
I can hear it.
I can hear it ringing.
Come on. Come on, Officer Fruit.
He's probably going to do the same thing to you just did your
Probably
wife.
serving the community well.
Yep.
We should have him on the show.
Yeah.
Talk about Westland politics.
Hi, this is Bob. Just leave me a message. Thanks.
Hey, Bob, call me. We're doing a podcast right now, and we want you to come on the show and answer a question I have about writing tickets. Call me. Well, let's see if he calls us in the next couple of minutes. We'll, and then maybe he'll call us on the next show,
Right.
and then I'll invite him on. Yeah, it'd be nice to have him in.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he's moved up in the city of Westland. He's been there for a long time. He was awarded by the state or recognized by the state because he was put on a DUI patrol on Ford Road there in Westland, and he wrote up like 250 DUIs in 1 year or something like that. Needless to say, if you ask him about it, he goes, well, I mean, yeah, I obviously was proud of it, but I hated all the hate I got
Well, I'm sure.
from people because all I did was just
Ruin
freaking
their
slam
night.
people up. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, all the time.
Right.
But, obviously they
Just
did it
doing
for a
your
reason.
job.
Well, yeah, they did it for a reason because there was an increase of incidents.
Right.
And so it obviously established the task force, and he led it. And yeah, I think it was over 250 DUIs in
Yeah, I'm sure
1
you're
year.
not going to be the favorite person.
No. But just don't drink and drive, you idiot.
Right.
That's it. So,
Simple as that.
yeah. We'll see if he calls. Maybe I should have answered my wife's call. Like, babe, you ever got any blinker tickets?
Yeah.
Shoot. My very first ticket was tailgating. And I was freshly licensed. Was
Was it within your probationary period?
No, it was. I was coming down Merriman, right there, just south or north of Joy Road, coming down, and this person was just going so slow. And yeah, I was riding their butt, and
You were in a hurry to go somewhere.
I'm always in a hurry, and always late. Isn't that ironic? I'm always in a hurry, but also yet always late. Yeah. I mean, I always wonder, I'm like, how did the cop see me? It was I remember it clear as day. It was raining. It was dark.
There was 3 inches between the bumpers.
Probably maybe an inch and a half. I was riding her pretty dang close. And then all of a sudden I see the lights in my rearview mirror, and I've never been more scared in my life. Like, oh, crap, I'm being pulled over. And he pulls me over. He's like, you know what I pulled you over for? I'm like, no. And he goes, really? I'm like, no.
Was I speeding?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I was speeding. This is exactly what I said. I was like, well, no, I mean, I wasn't speeding because the person in front of me was driving so slow. And he goes, that's why I pulled you over. You were like on their butt ever since like Plymouth Road. And I'm like, well, then he was driving slow.
Yeah. What do you want me to do?
He's like, well, didn't you just learn in driving school that you're not supposed to tailgate? You know, he's like, you got to at least see the what's the rule? Like, you got to see the back tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's apparently
The
enough
pavement
space.
behind the back tires.
Yeah, right. And so he wrote me up for tailgating, and then I
He
went.
even gave you a ticket?
Oh, he wrote me up, dude.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I think he said.
You must have had a little attitude.
I mean, I probably did. Probably did. Wouldn't put it past me, especially at that years of my life. But I remember going in front of the prosecutor, right? And
You even went to court.
Oh, I did, to try to fight it,
Well,
right?
yeah,
because they gave me, it was points, and I'm 16. I mean, I think it was probably more my parents making me go do it to not have the points on their auto insurance,
Right.
And so they reduced it to something with no points, but I had to write a letter, a minimum 3-page letter.
Double space?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think it was single space, straight up 3 pages.
Oh, that's rough.
That's what the judge meant. It was minimum 3 pages on safety of driving and why tailgating is unsafe. So I obviously had to do some research. And
Yeah. I'm sure you've never done it again.
Never.
Never.
Because that page changed my, that 3-page paper changed my life. Made me know what safe driving was. Then I had to like have it done within like 2 weeks, 14 days or something, and then I went back, hand him the paper, and I think he read every single word in front of everybody in the courtroom and said, I don't know. I thought he said
Great grammar.
No, I thought he said something kind of along the lines of like, no, you didn't just copyright this, right? And I'm like, no. I mean, I may have just read a few papers that were already written on safe driving. Try to put it in my own words. And he's, like, did you learn anything from this, son? I said, yeah, not to drive close to any cars.
Right.
Keep my distance. All right, have a good day. Yeah, that was my first ever ticket. What was your first ever ticket? Or have you ever gotten a ticket?
I've gotten tickets.
I'm surprised by that.
I had a speeding one once. I think he wrote it, so I didn't get any points, but I had to take an online class.
Really?
Yeah. I think it was 18 or something. I hit somebody when I was 16, 17. Not very hard. I mean, it didn't even dent a car.
Yeah.
It was stuck in. It wasn't even traffic. I think it was on Orchard Lake Road. Speed limit was like 35 or 25. And she just stopped. I mean, there wasn't even like a place for her to turn. And she just put on her brakes. And obviously I was probably
just
too
slammed
close.
on him.
And I bumped her. And then there was no damage. But then her neck hurt.
Oh, Lord.
Like, I barely hit you. Nothing even got dented.
Are you kidding?
And so obviously we called the cops, and he wrote me a ticket for, I forgot what it was for, but there was no points or anything. And he's like, oh, I don't see any damage. And she's fine. It's like, okay.
Good gracious. I remember I got pulled over. I was driving down Hines Drive, and it's like, for me at least, it's like impossible for me not to just drive 40 on Hines Drive. Like, it's kind of like a little a mini expressway through the city, right? And so I was going like 52 because I remember when the sheriff drove by me, and then I kind of looked back and remember like, what the frick, he's turning around.
Classic.
Yeah. I'm like, shoot. So then it was actually a she, flicks her lights off. I pull over, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, do you know how fast you were going? I said, 52. Well, that's correct. I said, well, I looked down as soon as you passed me. And she's like, okay, driver's license, registration, blah, blah, comes back, gives me a warning.
Well, that was
She
nice.
says, I'm going to let you go because you told me the truth. I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not going to deny. I know how fast I was going. She's like, well, you'd be surprised how many people say, oh, I was going 40. When clearly you were going 52.
Right.
And she's like, and you just said the truth, so I'm going to give you a warning. Have a nice day. Just to slow down. I'm like,
What
all
a-
right.
What a nice officer.
Yeah. And hey, see stuff like giving breaks like that is what I'm in the podcast, babe. Come on. Stuff can wait till I'm just kidding. Yeah, little nice courtesy. Go now. I watch my speed limit a little more than maybe I
Some
would.
days.
Like, that's a nice sheriff.
Yeah.
Maybe
right?
I want to become a sheriff now. See,
Yeah.
you never know. You never know who you can inspire
Right.
in your profession to become
That's true.
what you are. Yep. And then, gosh, I love keeping my hitch on the back of my truck.
Well, yeah, it's protection.
Dude, I have twice now, I've had people jam my hitch and screw up their front grill and does nothing to my truck. And I'm just like, thank you, hitch. I love you.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like, literally, and my dad's like, oh, take it off before it gets all rusted on. And I'm like, I will deal with the rust
Right.
for protection.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I've literally had two, and they were both on Telegraph, believe it or not. Just stupid people. And then one I pulled over, and she, came over, and she's like, oh, my gosh. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Your front grill's
Yeah.
a little damaged.
Might need some work.
Oh, man. You want to do a claim? I'm like, I don't got nothing to claim.
Right. Yeah.
You might, but I'm good. I ain't reporting this. You're the dumb idiot who hit my hitch.
Right.
No, I do. I love keeping it on just for that purpose because it's happened and it's worked every time.
Mm-hmm.
They hit that sucker before anything else. And
Yeah.
they're like, I got boom. Lock up and don't hit my bumper.
Right.
Yeah, talk about freaking accidents, man. Going through a total loss is not fun. I
No.
can't stand buying cars.
Did you pick one out?
Yeah. I never thought I'd be going with a red truck.
Ooh, pull me over red.
Pull me over red. I looked that up actually. Do red vehicles get pulled over more? And it's true.
Yep.
They do have a higher rate of
Just means fast.
tickets. Well, they went a little more in depth into why
Ooh.
red cars are pulled over more. It's not essentially that it stands out the most. It's because the red color stands for passion, and I think it was another word they used. So it creates faster drivers.
You just have more passion to go fast.
I'm not even kidding. Like you look, and I looked it up. It stated something along the lines where, the color red, it stands for passion, and
It makes total sense. I mean,
and that's why the most famous color for speed cars is red. The most made
yeah.
for Corvettes or whatever is red. Yeah, but it's the color stands for passion. And I was like, so that's the reason why. So
Yeah.
Jess is like, great. So what are you gonna have? A bunch of tickets now too, speeding? I'm like, no, I'm gonna coast. I'm gonna remember, my past ticket experience and try to bring that number down for red cars.
right.
No, I honestly never.
You'll be the outlier.
Yeah, I'll be the outlier, bringing that sucker down. We're gonna put red in spot 2 or 3 in a couple of years here. But no, I've always loved black.
Mm-hmm.
But being on a dirt road,
It's not the best.
it's not the best color because it just shows everything. But I think it is the sharpest, cleanest looking car when it's clean. I think, or the color. I think black color in any car when it's all cleaned up, I think it's best looking. But yeah, I just came across this one truck. And it's exactly what I'm looking for, and it's super clean. Dude took it to the dealership, the exact dealership he bought it from. He did every single oil change. He did it every 5,000 miles, and traded it in at the same dealership, and that's who's selling it. So it's that's good to see,
Right.
for a truck and any car. But yeah, I just loved it, and it's sharp. It's got a nice, just got good chrome around
Passion
it.
grew. And
Oh, my passion grew. Yeah, I just felt the passion for
right.
it.
The moment you saw it.
Grayson called it the magic truck.
Ooh, there you go.
Took him with
Well,
me truck shopping. Said, hey, dude, you got to help me pick out the right one. And he goes, this is a magic truck.
All right.
I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, it's magic. I'm like, should we get it? Yep, this is it.
There you go.
You don't want that black one, Dad. You want this red one.
The red one. We're going to change it up a bit.
And then now, like, it's Savannah and Olivia are like, did you get the red truck? Grayson said it's magic. It's magical. I said, I'm getting the red truck on Thursday. Magic is coming to the driveway.
Kids can sense that stuff. They know.
Dude, they do know. It was crazy, too. The sales guy, he probably never listened to this, and everybody at his work won't either, maybe. But it was so funny because that's what kind of led me. I'm like, I think this is the right one, too. We're bonding here with the sales guy. His son's name was Grayson.
Okay.
So that was the beginning.
Yep.
And then their daughter's name is Charlotte, which was, if we had another daughter, which we're not, there's a reason for that, Snip. Charlotte was the next name in line that we had. And whatever. Too late now. So they're expecting their third. We got to keep it quiet. He didn't want to tell anyone at work.
But he told you.
Yeah, but he told me. Because we were having this name bonding moment.
Okay. Yep.
And then I didn't say yet what Savannah's name was. And I was like, well, our oldest is Savannah. And he goes, what the heck? That's the name we're naming our next baby. And we're like, dude.
It's meant to be.
I think this is meant to be.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think this is the truck from just this moment on.
I mean, you were lying. You guys were bonding.
Dude, it was kind of like just a weird moment. He's like, no way your daughter's name is Savannah. I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's the name we're naming our next baby.
There you go.
I'm like, no freaking way, man. So, yeah, it was kind of a cool little moment.
Then you just said, where's the buy it now button?
I said, where it is. Let's do this. Yeah, it's this market, though. It's the same thing for, like, houses. You know, it's like everything is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The used car market. But I know he kind of was saying the same thing. He's like, yeah, it's kind of softening right now. We're starting to see some auction prices come down. So, which is good. We need, just like in housing, we need kind of things to cool down a little bit.
Right.
Crap is a little elevated, out of control. But no, I'm excited. I think I'm going to like this one even better than the last one.
So Thursday. Thursday is the day.
Tomorrow. Delivery.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow.
Yeah, I was freaking all out in Washington. That was a long drive. 30 miles.
It was worth it.
It was worth it.
You found it.
I definitely was worth it. Grayson liked it too. He watched Jurassic Park all the way home.
Can't beat.
And we got Panera at like 9 o'clock at night.
There you go.
No, it was just like I told the sales, I'm like, you can deliver it, right?
Yeah, I'm not
driving all the way back out to Washington. I mean, I was like, give something for your drivers to do.
Right.
Keep them busy. Give them a little job security. He's like, oh, they're fine. We do tons of deliveries still nowadays. COVID helped that happen. We'll just deliver it to you for free.
Right.
Sounds good to me.
Right.
Drop it off right in my driveway. Yeah. Except you just make sure he fills the tank back.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, of course. Yeah.
But yeah. So we'll have to try to get my cousin Bobby on.
Yeah. No, that would be good.
Talk a little cap.
Right.
I'm sure he's got some lovely stories he can share. Oh, I know that 100%.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah.
Whether he's going to share them on air or not, but I'm going to get him to. Heard some wonderful stories.
I'm sure.
People are just stupid, man. God bless America.
No place else.
All right, well, I think that does it for episode 79.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Well, I'm Paul Seguin with EXP Realty.
I'm Devon Carr with Gold Star Mortgage.
This is the Carr and Seguin Show. See you.
The primary purpose of this podcast series is to inform, entertain, and educate. The information, opinions, and recommendations presented in this podcast series do not constitute legal or professional advice, opinions, or endorsements of any kind. Gold Star Mortgage Financial Group, NMLS 3446, Equal Housing Lender.